What is up, traders? Welcome back to another live trading stream. We have NQ in the middle of an epic breakout here that I wish I mean, wow. Nice move. Nice move. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, we're in the middle of a 45-point rip back into an equal high setup on the hourly as well. Once again, another exhaustion wick left to the lows. This is all off of a massive hourly demand zone. And as long as we're holding that, as ugly as these pullbacks look, and they do look ugly, just ugly tweezer here, massive exhaustion wick here. That must have been 200-point sell-off or something crazy, yeah. As ugly as it looks, we are still in an uptrending market, and we're holding demand. And unfortunately, man, the ranges are getting very wide, and it's very whipsaw, but we're still moving up. What's good, Sid, Thick, D, Dominic, Sentinel, welcome in, y'all. Yeah, that's just the situation we're in, man. Some of the pullbacks off of these highs just look very ugly, but as long as we're holding this level, that's all that matters, right? And so you still gotta take the trade long. And so that's what we're here to do. But wow. Yeah, it's been some pretty ugly pullbacks. I think y'all would agree. We're doing another live stream tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna be live tomorrow. Same time. And then I'll hop off, and then I'm going on Top Step TV tomorrow at 1. Yeah, NQ's pretty ugly. NQ's pretty ugly. I mean, we're fighting to these highs, but I mean, ugh. Just yucky. Like double top. Like, this was, I mean, just beautiful, right? Just massive rally out of the open. Completely shot down. Anybody trying to buy a pullback here as this candle was kind of fighting down. Just killed. Totally killed. Healthy rally, though, still held. Once again, still holding this major level. This massive level at 22.8. It's still holding, so we're still in an uptrend. But yeah, it's just very ugly price action up here. I think we all agree. I'm shorting gold. What do you think? Well, if NQ is moving higher and NQ is moving higher and we're pushing into all-time highs, gold's a good short. I think I might start trying to trade gold a little bit more, man, because I know I had a good day on the live account. I'm still doing really good on the live account, but ugh. I've 2 days back to back, I hit my loss limit on my live account, and it's just not... I'm blaming NQ a little bit here. Yeah, gold's in a bit more of a range, so I feel like, you know what I mean? You kind of got to at least lock in some partials because there's just a ton of internal levels, right? This is a massive range with a lot of levels, a lot of different levels. So as far as like, okay, how much can you get out of the trade? If you're shorting gold, you can also make the argument that you could just long NQ. And then if we do get a break in all-time highs on NQ again, you know, and maybe you're in the right to not want to trade long NQ, but as far as like breakout potential and like real risk to reward, if this market does break out, despite the ugly pullbacks we have seen, it's open range, right? There's really no resistance above head. Gold, on the other hand, you know, could give you a decent short back maybe in a neckline, but there's just a lot of internal levels that you got to look at. There's here, just a ton of levels. It's at a pretty massive demand zone, so it's not a bad trade. I'm right there with you. I might start trading gold a little bit more as well, just because the price action on NQ has been pretty ugly. But we're still getting bids off the hourly demand zone, and this market is moving up, so. All right, y'all. We'll see. Right now, I'm looking at a possible NQ long. Yeah, hit all your trades this morning. Nice. I haven't really traded. I took a trade last night on NQ. Too much size. Kind of trying to get into what I thought would be a range trade last night. I was looking to hold this truly. I was looking to hold, how do we get it? I know I was using it. Yeah, I think this. Yeah, I was kind of just a strong rally into the close. We had the equal high here if we wanted to go attack. I just kind of wanted to see like a range trade. And we didn't get it. And I was buying this pullback. And it just very deep pullback. Wacky price action though. All right, NQ. NQ out above VWAP now. Hey, everybody in the live stream, make sure we're liking it up. We're going to pass an evaluation here. take profit evaluation. Here's a funny thing, dude. It is hard juggling all of these different prop firms. Check this out. I passed. Well, I guess I didn't technically pass. I was on day 4 of the take profit accounts, 5 of them. Pretty much passed. Like profit target hit everything. I was just waiting for the day. And then I was trading like a lot of different prop firms on that day, and I was holding like a trade into the close that I was up on. But I didn't know that Take Profit Trader during the eval stage or funded, whatever it is, doesn't auto liquidate you at settlement. So I ended up holding a trade over the weekend, and it was still open come Monday. So it was like a full-on swing trade, but that made the account ineligible just because I assumed I was going to get liquidated. Every other firm liquidates. So I don't know. So now we got to restart, which I'm fine with. No complaints. I didn't read the rules. It is one of the major rules that says don't hold a trade past, blank. But it's hard to keep up with all the rules, Is that before or after the 10K? Dude, it's after the 10K P&L. I hit 2 daily loss limits back to back. I need to put in a system for like when I have a big day to just chill out a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I ended up taking a full-on swing trade on the TPT accounts, and that blew up the account pretty much. Just because I didn't know they were gonna like allow me to do like every other prop firm will liquidate you out. I don't know why. I don't know. Yeah, it is a rule though. It is a rule. I just kind of thought. I mean, every other firm does have like an auto liquidation feature, so. So we're back though. I have a lot of I do like Take Profit Trader a lot. I'm not even mad about it. It is a rule. I missed it, but man, the Take Profit Trader accounts, just the ability to take massive payouts. And I would even say it's better than Apex. You know what I mean? Because you don't have to deal with that 30% drawdown breach or whatever that is. That's very hard to keep up with, especially if you're trying to hit big trades. But dude, Take Profit Trade, you can get some massive payouts. I've had a taste of it. I've got a 15K payout on just one account. And so I've had a taste of it, and I want a little bit more. All right, let's focus on NQ here. Let's take gold off. Once again, gold in the New York session, just a little choppy. So I would be open to the idea a little bit more in the because I've been trading the overnight sessions a lot more. Or not, I wouldn't say a lot more, but I've just been taking L's in the overnight session a little bit more often than I'd like to. I'll probably start looking at taking gold trades overnight. I know a lot of traders have a lot of success taking gold trades overnight. What's the discount on my funded futures? My funded futures is currently running about a 40% discount right now. They are very, very solid. Yeah, TPT doesn't care about consistency. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you can have a 10K day. You can't have more than a 10K day. That's something that they don't really mention. But I mean, who's having more than a 10K day that often? They have a 10K day profit cap. But I mean, that's not a huge deal, really. All right. Okay, let's start to analyze NQ a little bit more because I do want to start to look at getting into trade. A lot of times I talk too much and miss the trade. So the hourly, higher lows, seeing wicks to the downside off of a major demand zone. And we have this equal high. Really do like this equal high. It was a bullish close on the hourly here. Sorry, wrong tool. Bullish close on the hourly here. And then kind of deep retracement, but now we're back up. It's off of a higher low. We're kind of at equilibrium within this candle's range. And it's still above VWAP on the retest. On the retest, it's above VWAP. So let's go to the 5 minutes. Yeah, kind of see how this wants to play out at VWAP. There may be a VWAP trade here. Only thing that I don't like is there's a little bit of a vulnerable trend line here that if it tests again, I wouldn't love it. Once again, when you have a trend line test super frequently, when it's on the back end of a selling move to the downside, right? I would like to see this market turn up and start to kind of deviate from this trend line. If it tests again, it's going to look maybe a little too vulnerable and possibly break. You know what I mean? So I kind of want to see. We're kind of at a crossroads at VWAP, which it seems to be failing, and then you may have another trend line break here, and it looks like we may. So let's just be a little patient. Oops, sorry about that. Do you pay attention to the difference in price action between ES and NQ? Not really. It's hard enough to focus on one for me. Yeah, this is something I maybe don't love to see, right? This is something I don't love to see. I know it's something I don't love to see. You have a large displacement leg. Is this out of the open? Yeah, it is out of the open. You have a large displacement leg out of the open, right? And then you have an attempted recovery, but it's having a continuous amount of retracements, right? To almost try to validate that this move is truly strong, which I just don't like, right? Large displacement leg and then an over reliance on a trend line, right? We can't break, put in an equal high, micro pullback, and then start running. It has to test, 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 and you have a lower high here. That structure that I would typically stay away from and look for a breach of a lower high. It's just something that I wouldn't want to get into until we take the low to the left. Why does this fucking marker keep pulling up on me? That's really pissing me. Like, what is that shit? See that it pulls to the wick. Why is it doing that? Anyways. Just a little patient here. Right? You want to see a stronger recovery, especially when you have a large selling move. Large selling move through VWAP, you want to have a stronger recovery there. Not a recovery that almost needs this over reliance on a trend line to hold. And I could be wrong, and this market could turn up, but I'm going to be patient just because that's not something I like to take longs off of. You typically get a breakthrough this trend line. Yeah, buyers are looking exhausted. Yeah, you're just getting too many retracements back into this trend line. And you can look at that if we put like a little channel here. How do we get rid of this? Is this one? Yeah, that's accurate. Yeah, you can look at that, right? Because you have the reversal, rejection at VWAP. You do get a breakthrough VWAP, but look at this deep retracement. And we're back down here, lower high. If VWAP doesn't hold here, this market could pull back a little bit lower. That's a wide flag, though. 120 points. Yep, at the same time. No, that's true. That's totally true. That's true. You missed the gold sale. Did you actually get a gold? Is gold actually moving in the middle of the day? I'd be very surprised to see if gold's actually moving in the middle of the day. Oh, wow. 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 I'm a little surprised that gold actually moved 8 points right there, to be honest with you. Usually you don't see that much in New York session there. All right, last stream we had a nice $3,000 day. Today we need, what's the profit target on a 50K account? Like 3,000? 3,000, I believe. Oh, you know what? I don't think TPT lets you trade Bitcoin. Anybody seeing Bitcoin? Wow, that's Bitcoin into a new all-time high. Nobody's talking about it. I knew it was setting up for a long. There's Bitcoin, new all-time highs on Bitcoin, by the way. And that's just really a super strong market. That's just really super strong market. I don't even think I can trade Bitcoin on these accounts. That's one thing I wish some of these prop firms would let you trade Bitcoin. I keep asking Top Step if live accounts can ever trade Bitcoin, because it's just been like so solid. People say that Bitcoin doesn't move with market structure or anything, but this is just a beautiful market. How have you liked trading on Top Step live account? I like it all right. Yeah, no complaints. No complaints. Like, look at this. Equal high test at all-time highs. Micro pullback. It holds previous resistance, creates support, and then a strong move into new all-time highs. Higher low, higher low, higher low. There you go. Bitcoin's just a solid market. And I don't even think I can trade it on this prop firm. Beautiful. How do you trade Bitcoin at all-time highs? I don't know. I don't have any experience with it. I wouldn't sell it though. I just wouldn't sell it. Yeah, no, shorting NQ is... I haven't been shorting NQ, and I don't think I've taken a short on NQ in like a week, 2 weeks. I just haven't. I just haven't. Shorting NQ gives me anxiety. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, no, we just have a massive range of supply demand, and we're getting really wide reactions off of both of those levels. 200-point sell off there, 130-point rally back up. If you get it right, the short delivers. Yeah, that's the thing. 100%. Every time I do short on NQ, I will say this. I really don't try to short with nearly as much size as I would put into a long position. Like if I'm trading with 15 micros on average, which I try to do, but sometimes I don't, then I would only use like 5 micros short if I see a short. I just don't. There's just these markets, well, for one, they're in an uptrend, and the indices are just strong. They're just strong always, most of the time, you know? Statistically, this is something nobody really talks about. Statistically, if you take only longs in this market environment, obviously we're in an uptrend, so maybe it sounds silly, but just really in any environment, if you take a trader that only takes, say they really wait for good setups, but they only take long trades in NQ, and then you have a trader that only takes short trades in NQ, like who do you think, you know what I mean? You'll get where I'm going with that. Like who do you think actually probably would make more money over the course of like a couple months? If they both wait for like, they use the same system, but one has the power of the market on their side. The power of an uptrending, strong market on their side. Ultra low, yeah, well, I'll take a look at that. Still waiting to see if this market's going to fold at 23. Longs are winning this month. Yeah, longs are winning most of the time, always. You know, I really do think so. I really do think so. Yeah. Yeah. Just like a perma bear and a perma bull, all, you know what I mean? Take the same setups. I feel like the long trader would do better. And I would argue NQ delivers shorts a little more unpredictable, maybe. I don't know. You know, I would say it's a lot easier to take a long trade on NQ than it is to take a short trade. In my opinion, though. In my opinion. Did gold get any follow through on that little sell? Okay, it's coming into low of day here. Under 18. Just in such a massive range with just so many levels that really it could bounce wherever, you know. Yeah, like we're at a level here at 20s, so it very well could get a bounce for sure. I think we'll wait for tonight. No top step today. No, brother. I hit my loss limit on that bad boy last night. Being a dummy. Being a dummy. All right, here we go. A little bit of volume here. About 20 points lower. VWAP not getting much of a reaction as we can see this candle filling in. No wicks being left to the downside, really, right through VWAP. Price action looking a little bearish here if nothing changes. Heavy candle. Little reaction. A little reaction. Not really expecting this market to hold. Just because it probably would have been here. Once again, you're getting another test of this channel, this lower channel. We've only tested the highs of this channel once, and we've tested the lows of this channel coming up on 4 times, right? So where do we see sentiment here? And it's within a massive bearish imbalance to the left, right? So where do we see sentiment leaning here as far as price action goes? 1 test of the highs of the channel coming up on 4 tests of the lows. VWAP may save it here, but if it doesn't, we'll look for a broader pullback. But once again, it's NQ. This thing could just, at will, just go 100%. Out at 994. Oh, you took a little sell there. Okay, nice. They were having issues this morning anyways. Are they going to reset P&Ls? I took my loss at about 7 p.m. last night. New angle on the cam unlocked. Appreciate you. Yeah, we're going to use this angle. Why do you trade so many different strategies? I don't really trade different strategies, bro. I think you're seeing that through the lens of there's just a lot of different setups. Um, so no, I don't really trade a lot of different strategies. Sure, loss limit on live 3K. 3K. Maybe I should go and make my loss limit less. Probably hit it a lot more often though, which would probably not be mentally healthy for me. Just hitting it continuously. 1K, 1K. I mean, 1K, you can hit 1K easily. Ralph's. Hello, how you doing, Ralph's? Just wait to see if we get a break to the downside here. Not getting a great reaction off VWAP at the moment. Been hanging out in discount a lot more than we've been hanging out in premium of this range. 4 test on the lows of this channel. 1 on the highs. For me, that's bearish sentiment. VWAP reaction, pretty dead. Pretty dead price action on VWAP. I hear you talk about fair value gap, VWAP channel support and resistance. Well, if there's a channel, you can trade a channel. I mean, like if you caught this channel, you could have taken a long here, maybe sold it here, taken a long here. I guess sold it on the lower high confirmation, or you could still be in it, I guess. So there's a channel trade. There's a channel trade. There's a channel trade. So I guess in that sense, I trade a couple different strategies. I don't really trade fair value gaps. VWAP is something I use for sure. I guess I do trade a couple. I wouldn't call them strategies though. I just call them. I don't know. I wouldn't really call them strategies. I mean, I guess they are. I don't know. Yeah, nice job on the payout, Austin. Trading at all-time highs, always crap price action. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I remember when gold was trading into the all-time highs, it was really clean price action. Just day over day, dip buys, and we're up, dip buys. Like when we were making these moves, you could pretty much just buy, and we would be moving higher. Break out of this high, retest previous resistance, support higher. Obviously that pullback's tough, but V shape out of that, right? Coming back in, okay. All-time highs, higher, little bit of consolidation over a day or two, higher. Pull back 50% of the previous breakout candle, higher. Big doji up there. Then we create the range that we're in today, and this is on the daily. I wish NQ could look more like this. And maybe we are. Maybe we're just in the middle of a little bit of funk. It does seem like, I mean, this is, I guess it's kind of similar, right? I think I'm just looking at it too close, in too close of a lens. Like, I've been just buying dips that I wouldn't usually buy and hitting my loss limit on them. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, any dip I buy could go all-time highs. Took a trade here. This was the 10K trade. It was a long from here. And then, like, kind of in the morning, we had a move like here. I bought the pullback. I like doubled the position. I think it maybe it was here. I think I bought this pullback and then stopped me out. Yeah. I guess we haven't really seen that level again since I took my long entry. And then we did go to new all-time highs, but you can't swing trade on that live account, so it doesn't matter. But just wait for really, really deep pullbacks on NQ and buy them, and you'll be pretty fine, honestly. It really is that simple at the moment. Passed my second combine a couple days ago, only to blow it yesterday. Yeah, it happens, man. It happens. Do we see another move on gold, maybe to the lows? I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't a bad move, right? Rejection at VWAP, volume picking up within these candles. Is this just a little micro pullback you can sell here, then take it into a new low? Wouldn't be opposed to trying. It's definitely a better setup than NQ currently, isn't it? See how this looks at 24. I swear, y'all, whenever I go live, it's like NQ was a little bit more interesting than this. As soon as I go live, we are now in a 20, 30 point range here. Just brutal. How do you get over the mental aspect of feeling like you're missing out when you don't trade for a couple days? Dude, if you're not, I trade every day, man, so I don't have that, and it's probably a bad thing, because really, really great setups probably don't happen every day. But if you're, if you're only trading, a couple times a week, you're doing great. As long as you're making money, you're doing great. Keep at it. I'm trying to kind of figure out if I want to take this levels trade into a possibly a new low of day. Double rejection off VWAP. Sells into low of day. Can I catch the highs of this retracement and then take it back into low of day is the question. Kind of curious to see if I can even put in an order here. Yeah, no, you can't trade Bitcoin on TBT. Didn't think so. If I got short on gold, I would want to see it into like 16s, 316. Yesterday's session lows. All right, I'm gonna start building a short position here on gold to see if I can take back into low day here. In 5 micros, if we get a reaction above 25, I'll add another 5. Then I won't add any more. Stops probably go high 20s. Kind of looking to catch the high of this retracement, then a sell back in a low day. Nice displacement leg to the downside. Put it in equal low. Double rejection at VWAP. I kind of want to just take like this little 50% retracement and then sell back into low day. Oh, wow. Look at that wick. Okay. Added another 10 there. Or sorry, another 5. Added another 5.
We both came up on the gritty streets of Jamaica, Queens. 2 street kids, now men. It's sad I had to end this way. But before I go into that, let's start from the beginning.
I've been waiting to murder this clown, B. This nigga's done.
I'm ready to do this, son.
You crazy? I'm ready to murder this clown. Son, please, get me across the street. I'm ready. I'm ready.
It's a nice reaction off low day.
Let's go. Let's go.
A really nice reaction off low day. Do I want to bow out of this before it gets too bad? I'm starting to pick up volume. I don't love it. We'll see. If we crack that high again, I might just take it off a little early. This would be like me using price action to exit a trade that's kind of invalidating my idea. Like if we're coming off this low with volume, we're breaching 50% retracement. Be the opposite of what I want to see. It's a nice hammer off the highs. Yeah. Yeah, we might. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut it off. I mean, we're picking up volume off that low. We'll just call that a loser. Call that a loser. Call that a loser. Hey, bro, been a few weeks. Hope you're doing well. Up 4K? Nice, man. Nice, nice, nice. That's epic. That's epic. I didn't like the way gold was reacting off that low. Started breach 50% retracement. Just starts to look too good there. Starts to look too good there. I guess that kind of falls on the just a ton of internal levels that gold can find support at. So it is hard to see a decent move and look for continuation on it. Just because it's just going to bounce off a ton of levels in between it all. But yeah, I bowed out of that gold trade. Just looking too strong. You blew it with the chart delays? Nice, nice. That is a good idea. We have been in a 20-point range for close to 30, 40 minutes here. See how gold looks. I think we were right to hop out of it. Buyers have control of it. It's picking up volume. Not seeing any rejection on what was supposed to kind of be a retracement for a sell back into the lows. And Q's not much better. I mean, we are in a 20-point range. Yeah. Q looks ready to break out. I mean, we'll see. I sure hope something happens. Nick Brown says short. What are we shorting? Wow, look at Bitcoin go, man. Wow, wow, wow. What a market. Is anybody trading? Y'all know if y'all trade futures, you can trade Bitcoin. It depends what prop firm you have. I believe you can trade Bitcoin with Tradeify. Right now, this is the best moving market. 100%. 100% best moving market. I almost wish I could trade it. Yeah, Bitcoin 121. I could see that. I could see that. You know any crypto props? I don't know any crypto props. I don't really know much about crypto at all. I just know it's looking like a strong market to trade. Yeah, we're getting another test of this lower channel. Not what you want to see. Can you trade it on your top set? You can I don't know. You can't. Not on the live account. No, they don't let you trade it. You can trade Ethereum, but Ethereum doesn't give you any return, and it costs like $40 to open a trade. It's insane. It's short gold. No, I took my trade and I took a loss on it. I just this shouldn't have gone into the 27s. It's just too high. Too much retracement there. Second entry. No, I don't think so. I think I'm done. I'll just trade gold overnight from now on. Trading it during the New York session is not super successful for me. Not super successful. Yeah, another test of this lower channel. Once again, when you look at channels, and we have 4 tests here on the lower end of this channel, and 1 test at the highs. Just an over reliance on this lower trend is just not what you want to see. Plus, it's pretty much dead price action at VWAP. So we might get a break under VWAP here. Okay, trying to break VWAP at 90. Now, how much follow through do we get here? Oh, wow. Yeah, that's strange, isn't it? You avoiding today for the most part? I will take a long on a queue if there's a setup. Right now, I just don't see anything. We're holding this channel again. This is your equal high on the hourly. Flat top equal highs here. I guess it's here. And if you think we would go run it and maybe leave a wick out above it or something like that, it's still a nice 40-point range from here. Holding the channel again. Be a little more patient here. Bear with me a little bit longer. I feel it coming, but I knew copper was at all-time highs like the beginning of the week. Wow. I can trade copper on my live account. How's the P&L today, bro? I think I'm down a couple $100 on a gold trade that didn't work. Mainly just because everything's just a little bit rangy. Just a couple $100, I think. I need about $1,000 to get halfway to pass the combine. Yeah, $1,000. What are you waiting to see? Some type of breakout. We're just so rangy right now, still within this channel. I mean, from my perspective, the next move would be a break of this channel, just because we have 4 touch points off of it. But once again, this is NQ, and we're pushing all-time highs, and it's a strong market. So I'm not crazy about selling it, but at the same time, it just doesn't look like a quality long to me at the moment. Oh, well, okay, a little wick, 20s. Okay, let's see if we go leave a wick out above the hourly highs. I mean, once again, this is in queue, right? But actually, I like that little instant wick and then pretty dead price action off of that. I'm going to actually take a short there, 20 micros, and I'll stop it out above the equal highs on the hourly. If we leave like a little pin wick here off a lower high, I do like seeing those moves sometimes. Whenever you have something that could set up as a sell, you see a little wick here, then it immediately retraces 10 points, and then there's just no buying follow through. So we'll see if that wick holds off. And if it does, I would kind of be looking for a breach of this lower channel. Just because, once again, the sentiment has been bearish. Although this is a flag, has been bearish, testing the lows of the channel more often than the highs. So we'll see. I do like that little wick at 20s. Price pops, immediately sells 10 points lower, then we get no buying follow through immediately after. Oh, no, no, no. Like I was saying. Price pops, 10-point retracement, and then buyers kind of completely exit, right? No follow through. So I'd be looking for a breach of a higher low and then kind of a sell through the lows of the channel here. Stops out above the equal highs on the hourly. Not far from flipping this candle red. This candle flips red at 23,008. So a couple points here. Okay, I have a candle closer with a wick to the upside. Kind of want to see price reject and run into the lows of the channel here. Starting to look pretty strong on the hourly, I suppose. All right, broke 20s. It's hourly pulling into the equal highs. Ugh. Likely wrong about this one. There's volume. So why box did your just with the equal highs here. We had the equal highs. BPC I know buy here. It was his channel. It just didn't like the over reliance on that channel. But yeah, buy seemed to be the move. We might be okay. We might be okay if this breaks 20. Yeah, pop. Yeah, it would probably get stopped out here. Maybe. Bro, there is a chance, brother. There is a chance. I mean, now we're seeing the reaction. Do you add here? Do you add here with the 10-point rejection off 30s? Wick out above the equal highs? Yeah, it's only an eval. Fuck it. We'll add 10 more micros. Same stop. Still didn't see the high of the channel. So let's see. I would still be looking for a break of 23s here and to move back into the lows. VWAP test. The Edge Master. Why not buy 2 minis? Because what if I want to get out of the trade, 5 micros at a time? I don't really mind paying the extra commission. I mean, I'm not paying any commissions, but I just like to use micros more. I do seem to be pretty good at the stops for the most part. The entries could be much better. Like maybe I should have waited for, yeah, the manipulation above these equal highs before the entry, you know? But this looks good under 20s. We will see. Or not. Or that just completely gets retraced. That's pretty ugly. They knew my entry was here. Have to bounce it right off the entry. Have to bounce it right off the entry. Short entry becomes support. It's tough. No, we're chilling. For real. For real. I know the entry support. Not trading Top Step live account. I'm trading, yeah, guys. I trade the Top Step live account. Just not every day. Tough retracement off 15s there. Yeah, tough. Does Top Step have bad payout rules? No, I don't think so. I think they have great payout rules. You know what I say? Any prop firm that pays you out, no questions, has good payout rules. The prop firms that don't pay you out or find an excuse to not pay you out have bad payout rules. Wow. That looked like a move back into the lows of the channel, just completely retraced. Very, very tricky. I mean, we're pretty much there. Just found a lot of buyers at 15. Need a wick run like immediately, otherwise we're cooked. Yeah, we're gonna see 30s here. I mean, it's still very, very possible. This market hasn't really broken out yet. Still in this channel. So I don't like the $150 activation fees across the board. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. The evals themselves are pretty cheap, and you know, once you pass, you activate. No consistency rules. Pretty solid firm. I mean, goodness, thank you. This is why we don't sell the market. Even if it looks maybe a little bearish here, For me, it did. We were still within a pretty massive selling leg here. And just sentiment just overall looked very bearish. 4, 5, 6, 5 touch points on the lower end of that channel and just didn't ever break. But that's in queue for you. It will just run. Even if it looks a little bearish, you just don't sell this market. You just don't. Try TFD. What is TFD? Oh, the futures desk? There's a stop out. Pops 30s. Okay. Fuck. Oh well. Nobody likes to lose, right? Losses happen. You locked out of Top Step? Yeah, I hit my loss limit on it yesterday, so I'm locked out of there. But yeah, no, I mean, look, honestly, the truth is, man, wait for a pretty good pullback and fucking buy it, and then just wait a couple hours and sell it, and you'll make money. And it's really that simple. For me to get on here and be taking sells is a little beyond me. I know sometimes I'll get on and tell you all the game plan for me, then I'll trade the opposite of it. Like I said, I wanted to take longs here, but this really did look like a bearish channel, and I still do think we'll get a break of it at some point, whether it's a wick off here, then a seller or not. And now I feel like it is. Do I go try to get blood? Yeah, let's try to pass this. We'll try it again. I feel like the entries could be much better. I'm gonna try again for another sell through the lows of the channel. It is just an evaluation after all. Try short again. Yeah, I'm going to. If this one's wrong, we're just totally wrong. Yeah, shorts just don't work out as much in this market. That's just the flat truth about it. Regardless of how it may look statistically in an uptrending market, even if something maybe looks bearish, it'll just find a way to go up on you. And that's just kind of how it is. That's just kind of how it is. We will try again. Gotta dip the tip in for seconds, chat. In hindsight, I should have waited for the manipulation above the equal highs on the hourly first. You live and you learn, I guess, right? Okay, yeah, we're taking this into the lows of the channel. We have volume as well. Beautiful hammer, volume. Break of 20s. Yes, sir. Now we're good. $17's your low. We might be good. Another wick at 17 is insane. You're killing me, NQ. Killing me. Like 2 hours till market close. We might just trend into the close here. You messing with any crypto? No, I can't trade it on the prop firm accounts. They don't let you. But yeah, no, crypto's awesome. Bitcoin looks great. I wish I could be trading Bitcoin over this for sure. Partial fill on a sim funded account is insane. Yeah. Getting killed here. No, I think we'll just trend up into the close here. There's not much range left, and it's about 50% retracement of that selling move, so it's now in bullish territory, and I don't think so. I think it probably just bleeds up into the close. I'll just call it, I guess. I tell me about it. I know, right? That's how it is. No, I shouldn't have been trying to short. You just shorting an uptrending market, just silly. Just silly. You get stuck in these trades that just don't go. That's on me. I shouldn't have been selling it. I said I wanted to take it long. I didn't like this, and I still don't like it. And I think before anything, and I could be wrong, I think we'll probably see this get taken out. But yeah, that's what I was looking at. Bad trade. You trade Bitcoin futures right on prop. You can do on some prop firms you can, some you can't. Yeah, no, I should have been in longs for sure. That's what I said. I said I wanted to be in longs, and I just do the opposite. Just a bad trade. Just don't sell this market. Yeah, we try again tomorrow. Yeah, down like 1,800, 1,600 bucks. Yeah, 1,600 bucks. Just on an eval. Could be worse. All right, y'all. I'm gonna dip off and go do some other stuff today. And I'll be back on tomorrow, and then after tomorrow at 1 p.m. I'll be on Top Step. We'll trade the live account on Top Step. No. I mean, at this point, there's not much range left to the upside. Probably just continues bleeding up. I mean, now that it escaped the low of the channel, that was really the only downside risk, was a possible break of this low. But now that we're kind of breaking out and finding higher lows off of the lows of the channel, we'll probably just keep bleeding. So I'll stay away from it. Yeah, I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna go chill out. Minus 1,600 today on that account.